What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio, and welcome back to Cooking Companions. We've played the main game numerous times. We played Nightmare Mode last time. This time, we're hopping into New Game Plus, so let's load our game. Boom. Welcome to New Game Plus. This playthrough will have different dialogue, events, and decisions to make. And Natalie, Gregor, and Karen will start with 3 hearts each. Okay. Use this opportunity to max out your relationships. What about Mariah? Is she already gone? We highly recommend you create a manual save file right now for this shorter playthrough. Oh, unfortunately, Mariah will not be available to max. Sorry. But she's my favorite. I'm already looking up pieces to cosplay as her, okay? Thank you for playing Cooking Companions. We hope you enjoyed the experience. Very much so. I love games that have replayability value. This had that. It had branching dialogue, different choices, different art styles, just so many things and theories you think about in real time and you just get so fascinated by. Dear Dream Studios, thank you. Oh, almost forgot. Jump scare mode activated. Didn't I scream enough in the last video? Just kidding. Dear Dream Studios. All right. I'll trust you for now. Oh, so it picks up from here. Oh. I just want to say I'm very pleased with the voices that I ended up giving my characters. I've started watching other people play through it, and kudos, bonus points to those who actually gave different voices for their characters. I love it when Let's Players do that. It just adds so much more. So far, from what I can tell, I don't know why I'm so pleased by this. I'm the only one who gave Mariah a Southern accent. And I love that for her. Karen. And Natalie. And Gregor. I'll keep us alive. I promise. And it kind of made sense that, because I was under the initial impression that any of the characters would have had to leave the cabin first, but it was just always Mariah. And that worked out because if she is like a hardcore vegetarian, she would flat out refuse to eat meat. It wouldn't make sense for her to stay behind and succumb to the hunger of meat. You know what I mean? The silence is deafening. Dear Dream Studios presents Cooking Companions. And the radio, we never used the radio, the strange radio. Though if I'm remembering their Twitter account correctly, go follow them. There's going to be a huge update, another part of the game, and they're going to double the achievements. I forgot to see how many more achievements we unlocked last time. But I know we're not all there yet. I think we still got one more note to find. Okay. And we're back here in the murder bathroom. After the 3 go to bed, you finally have an opportunity to use the bathroom. Or not. The candle blew out. You grasp blindly along the floor until you find a flashlight in the corner. Oh, ha! We doing this again? Someone forgot to restock the toilet paper. Beyond disgusting. This is truly the scariest thing you've ever seen. With your interest waning, you decide to leave the bathroom. What? No! Wait a minute. I didn't want to just click on that. Oh, come on. Time to surprise the others. You take out a cutlet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven. Why is it vibrating? You cooked meat. Mariah? Mariah, why are you vibrating? Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch.
Where did you...
The three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven, cutting it into small cutlets. Now, last video, we emphasized repeatedly, so did Cabbage and the rest of the Chompets. That oven is just full of ash, not once been cleaned. How are we still alive? For real. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing ferociously. Do you have any more of this? You explain how the meat is stored securely, hidden so you can ration better this time. I understand.
Thank you.
And Natalie runs to the bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes.
This taste is...
Gregor wanders off. And Natalie returns, looking choked up.
I...
Left you some of the meat. Don't fight this, Natalie.
Meh.
And Natalie takes a cutlet from the plate, turning his back to the group as he devours it. You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. I want to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? Ooh, neither of them. I thought I was going to be able to click more in the bathroom, like I could click on the bathtub again, and then the mirror, but then we just progressed immediately after the toilet paper roll thing, which upsets me. So for this, I'm not going to do safety saves. I'm just going to restart New Game Plus when I want to do other choices. I'm going to speak with Natalie in the bathroom just because he said, oh, you're going to have different choices to make, unless they were just talking about this, neither of them. But I want to see where this takes me. You knock on the door first. Natalie?
Thanks for checking in on me.
You ask if he still feels sick.
Not anymore. I think it was a mental thing. Please don't tell me where the meat came from. The less known, the better.
You nod.
Thank you.
You're sure Natalie will remember that. And your relationship is stronger. Also, fun fact about Aaron, the more I look at Natalie, he actually looks a lot like my IRL boyfriend. Black hair, glasses, a button-up shirt, an aversion to reading. This is my boyfriend. Hours passed. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going, and I see a face in the cabinet. The hunger is now permanent within them. They're fine now, but soon they'll be begging for more. I'm gonna try maxing out a Natalie again and see where that gets me. We've waited long enough. What's for dinner? You calmly explain that you want to ration the meat better this time, and there will be no dinner.
Fine. I understand. I guess I'd rather eat tomorrow than more today.
No arguments? Perfect. Everyone decides to call it an early night. You fall asleep instantly tonight. You have a strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith. But he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I could forge anything, he says. Your eye has been giving you issues lately, so you reply. Forge me a new eye, then. You laugh. But then the ropes come out. So the thing with the blacksmith is, it's the same thing. I'm going to move along. we're acquaintances, right? He knows of the atrocities I've committed, yet he's breaking bread with me. Well, not anymore. He's gonna put a hot poker through my eye and spit on me. The force of the blow throws you backwards a few feet. You're unable to break the ropes. You vomit all over your chest as the smell of your decimated eye floods your nostrils. The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body. You wake in a cold sweat.
Yup.
And I don't know if some people find it tedious to replay or reread something, but I like games that can do that. It has that factor of replayability, and it also gives you an opportunity to reflect on the information you've gathered so far, and sometimes hearing it again allows you to formulate new thoughts. You wake up to see Gregor looking out the window. He turns to you, not smiling.
Take a look out the window. Do you notice anything?
The floodwaters have receded a little bit, but everyone is still bound to the cabin. So, playing off my earlier thought, again, we're not so confined that we can't leave the cabin walls. But maybe we can't. Once they've had a taste of human meat, they're hooked on it now. Maybe that's the string that keeps them bound to the cabin. Like, you immediately push out any thoughts of like, oh, well, this is my life now. We're stuck here. Can't do anything about it. Did that make any sense? It made sense in my mind. You eat the meat and you become bound to the cabin, and then you die in the cabin.
The trail used to be completely visible. It's gone now.
Oh. Hey, Natalie. Oh, I hate that mouth. Good morning, big guy.
I think we should have another piece of meat for breakfast. It's what she would have wanted.
Karen's face turned to Natalie like, ew.
I think he's right. Please bring us more of that meat.
They're not even questioning it. Again, or maybe this is just something only I can see because of my hallucinations and my connection to the spirits already in the cabin. You grab some of the meat from your secret hiding place. And every time that pops up, I'm reflecting, I'm remembering like a Middle Ages documentary I watched in middle school. And all I can think about is pepper. Pepper. That preserved meat. Where's the pepper? Surely this cabin must have an abundance of it. Pepper and salt. Ugh. You cut it into squares, adding it to the boiling cauldron water. It'll taste bland without any seasoning, but you need to serve it up right away. What's taking so long? Boil it faster.
It looks almost done. Patience.
It's finally finished. You serve the meat in bowls. Welcome back, Natalie. Gregor drinks the broth first before swallowing the chunks whole, like a duck does when eating bread. And Natalie creates ripples in the broth using the spoon he isn't eating. After the fuss that you put up and you're not eating.
I'm sorry about earlier, everyone. I don't know whatever took me. Mariah.
And Natalie begins to weep. You look over at Karen. You didn't notice her even start to eat. There's just an empty bowl now. Karen is staring right at you. How much more meat is left? You explain how most of it has gone bad. This is the last of it.
Ugh!
How could you be so careless again? You remember Karen's knife. You need to think fast. What the hell are we supposed to do now? Wait around again? This storm isn't ending. You clear your throat. And Natalie? Yes? I think tomorrow you should look for Mariah. Or forage for plants outside. I think you should go tomorrow, little guy. Nobody else can identify edible plants like you. Please, Natalie. You can swim back after a few hours. Gregor is right, Natalie. Maybe you'll find Mariah out there. I think Mariah's fine by herself. He still hasn't accepted what happened yet. She doesn't need anyone's help. But we need your help, Natalie. That's right, Natalie. Please help us. Let me sleep on it. Okay? No problem, little guy. Once again, I'm so fascinated by this friend group. Everyone shuffles off to their rooms, reading books and knitting to pass the time. You go to bed ravenous. It's like, and also, it sounds like I'm not eating Mariah, they are. And then I'm going to eat them later? Why wouldn't I partake? Is it because I'm already bound to the cabin? Hey, Mariah. Something is approaching. Oh gosh. Hey, Potato, you scared me. Time to wake up. You ask Potato where the chompettes are. Cabbage, onion, raspberry, and bread. They've moved on. Oh, really? Just us now. The way it always should have been. Two killers keeping each other company until the end of my days? Sure. Your mind finally manages to forget everything that happened. You fall asleep again, still ravenous. You have a strange dream. You're walking down the steps when you trip and fall. You snap every bone on the way down, landing in the basement as a writhing pile of flesh and bones. The whispers surround you, their laughter ringing in your ears. You wake in a cold sweat. Something smells terrible in the living room. And Natalie puked in one of the corners. You leave it there so the others will question his fortitude. Good morning. Good morning, little guy. Well, Natalie, what's your decision? I barely slept last night. The whispers came through one of the holes in the floor. She kept telling me to come outside. We don't want to rush you. But one of us puked last night. So that's what that smell was? And Natalie's playing dumb for the group. Natalie, my patience is wearing thin. We have 1 hour to make a decision. Why so quickly? Because I'm not waiting any longer. You can see the glint of Karen's knife under her dress. Best to watch out for that knife. The group disperses, tensions seem to be rising. You have 1 hour to kill. What do you want to do? So you can talk with them, but also with nobody. Ooh, that's going to be interesting to explore, but I'm going to try to go back through and max out Natalie's hearts. What does he have to say for himself? And Natalie looks pale. Thanks for coming over. And Natalie seems comforted by your presence. Your relationship is stronger, but not strong enough to keep him from what's about to happen. Gregor told me he's hurt Mariah. I'm sure Karen is being honest with me. Have you checked out the basement door closely? Every so often, I can see her peeking out at me through the holes. I really don't want to drown outside. But at least I won't have to hear her tormenting me anymore. You know what's in the basement, don't you? Natalie, I'm here for you. Thank you. And we didn't have Onion come out that time and tell us to save Natalie. Staying in this cabin is messing with my head. I feel so lost some days. When I was 6, my father asked me to put flowers on the grave of our dead dog. That dog was very special to him. Helped him find food during the war. Okay, nothing changed from, we said, Natalie, we're here for you, and he went into his little backstory with his dad and their dog. Natalie, you okay, little guy? And Natalie looks pale, like he's going to pass out. And Natalie, have you made a decision? Yes. I'll help you all out. I promise. Thank you, Natalie. Big tears roll down Gregor's cheeks. Like, he didn't object. He didn't object to his bro leaving. He didn't offer to self-sacrifice. I'll miss you, big guy. I'll miss you, little guy. Thank you, Natalie. I know this wasn't easy, but it's for the best. Karen. Yes? Gregor looks at you expectantly. Did you want to say anything to Natalie? Get out of here. You say nothing. Goodbye, Natalie. Goodbye, everyone. Good luck, little guy. And Natalie has left the cabin. See you soon, little guy. I guess all we can do now is wait. Good night. And we got another achievement absent in Natalie. Karen goes to the bedroom to sleep. I didn't tell him the truth. The truth about what? That was something else that got glossed over. Gregor is getting choked up. I didn't tell him. Missing him already. Gregor curls up on the couch for the night, turning his back to you. You shut your eyes, quickly falling asleep. You hear a scraping from the floor. The red-haired woman won't let him live, will she? Too ravenous at this point. The more she consumes, the stronger she gets. At what cost? Sometimes staying silent works better. Just walk away and pretend you're innocent later. What a terrible perspective Potato has provided. The Chompettes never would have listened to this crap. You fall asleep thinking about what Potato told you. 'Cause 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 ' You have a strange dream, and oh, if we entered the boss fight with Karen again, but Potato's the only Chompette left? Ooh, how's that gonna play out? You have a strange dream. It's lying on the table in front of you. You take off the glasses first, partially cracked, and set them down next to the workbench. Working the saw, you wrap the cuts in an old newspaper. Some of it gets soggy immediately, so you begin drying the cuts with a towel before wrapping. Much better. You hear something approaching, so you clench a fist and get ready to strike whatever's coming for you. You wake in a cold sweat. I love it when they just little whisper sweet nothings in your ear. You wake in a completely different place. Did you sleepwalk, or you found some meat? Everybody's still asleep. This would be a nice surprise after yesterday's events. You decide to cook breakfast for everyone, cutting each slice fairly thin. You brown each side in the oven, the nasty, nasty oven that has never once been cleaned. The smell is unique. Karen runs into the kitchen. What is that smell? Give it to me. Now. You don't argue. Karen grabs a cutlet, burning her hands before bringing it to her mouth. Ah! She hungrily devours it, barely chewing. She grabs another cutlet off the plate and eats it. You thought she was concerned with rationing. Gregor wakes up from the couch and heads into the kitchen. Oh God. Already? Gregor looks conflicted. But he succumbs to the hunger. They always do. Gregor eats his food in a few bites, carefully grabbing a second cutlet. The tears start streaming down his face, but he doesn't make a sound. You join them in the meal, quickly consuming the meat on the table. I can think straight again. We'll be out of here in no time. No need to ration anything now. Karen is sounding more determined than before.
I'm going to lie down on the couch. Try to keep this food down.
Gregor crawls onto the couch, turning his back to you. Karen leans in to whisper. I'm glad Mariah and Natalie are gone. They were stopping us from bonding properly. How did you get so good at it? You tell Karen. After one bite, it just made me feel whole again. Is that the witch's spell? Even with the nightmares, it's worth it. It took a few nights, but I fought back. And now it's all I could think about. I've read the book on necropsy. The text is ancient, but the diagrams are beautifully drawn. Very descriptive. How many years did it take you to perfect the craft? You tell her. Ah. Yeah, right. Telling you, we told her like over 100 years, over, however many years, since the Witch of the Cabin started. Because we're infused with her spirit now. I used to tell Mariah that you weren't funny, but that's not true. Sorry about that. You've grown on me. Karen pauses, deep in thought. You know Gregor can't swim, right? He'd be the next to leave, but he doesn't stand a chance outside. They always seem to come back, right? In one way or another. Why wait for him to come back? Karen hands you a vial of liquid. I think you know it needs to be done. This is a strong anesthetic. Don't ask me how I found it. I want you to slip this into Gregor's bunk tonight. This is for the best. He won't feel any pain until he wakes up. All you have to do is stand back and let me work on him. This request is beyond extreme. Will you do this for me? Say nothing was an option we didn't have before, so let's pick that. Say nothing. Okay. You leave Karen alone in the kitchen, crawling into bed and falling asleep instantly. Wake up, sleepyhead. No. You were having a nightmare. Hey, what you doing, girl? Gregor is waiting for you. What's Gregor look like now? It's the same. You get out of bed and follow Karen to the couch. Oh no! Can we stop looking at this, please? Gregor. What? I think he's trying to speak. What is it, Gregor? You tell Karen that Gregor has died. Oh! He hasn't spoiled yet. How much time has passed? Let me show you the rest of him. Karen shuffles over to the basement door, opening the lock with the knife. She didn't even need the key. Oh gosh, Potato. Potato, you're the scariest one of all. Why wait until she's in the basement? Take back the knife and end her life. You explain how difficult it is to get blood out of wood. Your laziness is unbelievable. The minute those four entered the cabin, you should have killed all of them. You're getting soft. You nursed a weakened butcher back to health? What if she ends up killing you now? Looks like she's already dead. I brought you the key. When she goes downstairs, lock the door behind her with that deadbolt. Then let her rot. Aaron, Potato. Might have made great allies in another life. You need to stop her before it's too late. You walk over to the basement door. Where's Karen? When are you fixing this hole? You can feel her breath coming through the crack in the door. You lock the basement door. I don't know, looks like the hole's big enough she could slip her hand through there with the knife and undo it again. What the hell are you doing? Goodbye, Karen. She slips into the darkness. You climb on the couch to rest, waiting for the basement noises to become silent. Isn't Gregor still on the couch? I'm not okay with that. Mariah was correct. It's freezing over here. Is it cold because that's where the spirits have accumulated? Or we just leave a window open? The frigid air swirls visibly in front of you. Yeah, it looks like there's a bit of a fog going on in here now. The basement noises have completely stopped. What do you want to do? Ooh, okay, I'm doing no saves this video. No safety saves, because I'm going to go through it again. I'm gonna look at the bookshelf. There's various books on a wide variety of topics. No time to read them now, though. Oh, come on. You take a closer look at the subjects. Cooking, herbalism, skinning. Books that are good for surviving in the wilderness. You take another look at the subjects. Carpentry, metalworking, tailoring. Books that are good for crafting in the wilderness. Oh gosh. Wasting time reading books? You were just browsing. Sure. Why not read this one? Is it going to be the necropsy book? Potato nudges one of the books. The edges of the pages are a little singed. This was saved from a book burning. I wonder why. One may in truth proceed against such a man as against a person who is gravely suspect, but he is not to be condemned in his absence and without a hearing. And yet the suspicion may be very grave, and we cannot refrain from suspecting these people, for their frivolous assertions do certainly seem to affect the purity of the faith. For there are 3 kinds of suspicion: a light suspicion, a serious suspicion, and a grave suspicion. You take the singed book with you. I'd say your entire life has been a grave suspicion. It's a shame you never went into trial for anything. That would never happen. Carrying around a book would be a burden, so you put it back. The rest of the books are boring. Are you sure? All right. Let's look under the couch. Lots of cobwebs underneath. Thankfully, no spiders. You notice a child's toy. How did this get under here? It feels like one child died per room, or a different child died in a different room. They didn't all die in the same place. That's what I'm getting the sense of. Look under the couch again. It's a small wooden boat. That's weird. No ports anywhere near here. Have you looked in the front yard lately? It looks like there's a name engraved on it. Raziel. Maybe Bread would want this? Bread's not around right now. We'll have to hold on to it until the moment is right. Is our final boss not going to be Karen, but the Chompettes? Okay, Bread's not around right now. You'll have to hold on to it until the moment is right. Eat a meal. Le gasp. You decide to have a quick lunch at the table. Oh! She escaped! You wake in a cold sweat. Wake up, sleepyhead. Oh no, she's getting worse! You were having a nightmare. Oh wow. The sheets are completely soaked. That's not gross at all. Are you wetting the bed? You feel underneath you. Gross. You must have broke a fever because the sweat is everywhere. Don't worry, we can wash them in the basement. Just unlock the door and we'll make a day of it. You're not that slow with laundry. Well, apparently we have to hand wash things. Come with me, I have something to show you. You cautiously get up, following Karen out of the bedroom. Is she gonna push me down the stairs? The basement door was already open. I'm hungry. Let's get something from the basement. You feel the cold presence of Karen behind you. Goodbye. Stop! Grab onto the railing! You do so, feeling a slight push on your back. You feel the presence leave. That was a close one. Karen will try everything in her power to kill you. So is she already a dead spirit, and she's the vengeful one that's trying to get me to fall down the stairs? Head cautiously downstairs. Why are you helping me, Potato? Because I pity what you've become. You work your way to the bottom of the stairs. Something is approaching. It's like a giant eyeball. Oh, hey, Mariah, I see your silhouette now. Can you hear me? I've been down here the entire time. It's so good to see you again. And I love doing her voice. There's plenty of bread down here. Why aren't you saying anything? I'll never forgive you for what you did. You put Natalie through hell. You desecrated my corpse. You gave them that disgusting hunger. All that is water under the bridge now. And Natalie's down here. Come have some bread with us. They always try things like this. Their anger, concentrated near their grave, leads to tricks and traps. You're not falling for this one. Why aren't you listening to me? There's bread down here, loaves of it. Fine. I won't stop you from finding the others down here. One piece of advice: beware of Karen. She is ill beyond repair. Gregor will try to talk you out of reaching the room, and Natalie will try to talk you into leaving the cabin. And Karen will rip through the flesh from your bones. We'll talk again. You feel Mariah leaving the staircase. You go deeper into the abyss. The walls, down here, they're dirt and soot. Something is approaching. Hey, Gregor.
I'm glad I found you. The rain outside has stopped. Did you hear that knocking?
Another trap.
Everyone's upstairs and wants to leave. Mariah was worried sick about you.
You tell Gregor about speaking with Mariah.
Guess I can't lie to you, huh? You just stood there while Karen took my limbs, doing nothing. Are you frightened by her?
Frightened by what's possessing her, surely.
If you won't come upstairs with me, please turn on the light when you reach the room. I want to see the look on your face when that light bulb turns on. Can you do that for me?
You nod.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me lick the bowls clean.
That was enough to keep him at bay.
We'll meet again soon. Beware, Karen.
You feel Gregor leaving the staircase. You descend deeper into the abyss. The air pressure down here feels greater. You're getting closer to Karen with each step. Something is approaching. I do like that we get to see their little ghosty silhouettes here now.
Oh. Thought you'd still be fending off that glutton Gregor right now.
You tell Natalie about meeting with Gregor.
Oh. I was going to try and see if you wanted to pick onions with me.
You shake your head.
Guess there's no fooling you, huh? You survived this long, and now you'll need to fend off Karen. I can't tell if I'd rather have you, or her, sticking around down here.
You ask Natalie where Karen is.
Oh. She's just below us. Waiting to devour you. Karen's been practicing on her butchering again. Maybe she'll start with your arms? Ha ha ha. Down here, the Whispers have told me about you. I can't even believe some of the things you've done. Worse than any war crime. So many whispers about those sorts of things. So many whispers down here. It ends at the bottom. Karen might be alive down here, but you won't be. Why were you nice to me? Did you want to prey on the weak? Or was I just another meal ticket? The Whispers told me the truth. Hopefully someone ends this darkness soon. See you again soon.
You feel Natalie leaving the staircase. So I'm having flashbacks. I played another game called Dinner with an Owl for my Casual Friday playlist. And the premise of that was you were the main character. You were cycling through a bunch of main characters. And you murdered the owl and then became the owl. And your dinner guests and your butler were trapped in the house with you with absolutely no escape. And I'm getting a similar sensation from that to this, in that there is a presence keeping everyone bound here, dead and alive. Your feet finally hit solid ground in the basement. Something doesn't feel right. Oh, what's gonna happen now?
Look behind you.
You feel around the wall blindly and locate the light switch. Found you. Karen's grown stronger than you as of late. Consuming her friends has imbued her with a rage. She's lost in the abyss. And nothing but death can end this madness. I hope you've prepared for what comes next. You can feel something creeping up in front of you.
Hello.
Hey, Cabbage, what are you doing here? Cabbage, what are you?
Cabbage, cabbage.
It took us forever to move the rubble you put in the mouse holes. Chobets,
Hoo-hoo.
come out. Never fear, Onion is here.
Like my cousin Cornbread says, I'll rise to the occasion.
Raspberry.
Sometimes Mary Raspberry. What lie did you tell them, Potato? That you had moved on. Will you let us go? You shake your head. Am I, because I don't want them to leave, I'm keeping them here? I'm keeping their spirits here? I have that ability or that power? Someday, maybe. Chobets!
Cabbage, cabbage.
We can't allow Karen to take over the cabin. See, okay. However many victims in between Witch and Potato. Potato became the next Baba Yaga. I killed Potato and became Baba Yaga. I Santa Claused into the Potato, is what I'm getting at. And now Karen is at a point where if she kills me, she becomes the next Potato Witch. The next entity to rule over the cabin.
Bye-bye.
She's much worse than you, Stinky. Did you see what she did to Gregor? Unhinged.
She's a cut above you right now.
You don't need our help with this. Just remember what she's done. Channel that anger. She's just like Potato now, right? I'm still here, Cabbage. And as punishment for earlier, we're locking you in the room again, Potato. No chompette trial needed.
You got company down here, Potato.
One of us should have the key. That's enough. No need to twist the knife. Good luck. Chompettes, let's help out. The Chompettes get in position behind you, ready for what's next. You feel around the wall blindly and locate the light switch. Found you. And she's back to normal. Let's end this. Oh, no, we don't got to go through the fight sequence again. I was kind of excited to do the turn-based combat again. Oh. She's a radish or oh, she's a turnip. Karen's a turnip. Our theories have come to fruition. Our friends that we killed become food. Actual food and then interpretations of food. Representations of food. Ah!
Cabbage.
Look, he's trying to speak.
Cabbage.
Don't be shy. Try again. Or is that me? I think that's Karen. That'd take a few more days.
Welcome to the Chompettes, turnip.
Achievement. Here we go again. That is so fascinating. Oh, now what's going to happen if I max out Karen in New Game Plus? Oh, this is so interesting. Everyone involved in this amazing game and experience, thank you. Thank you so much. Dear Dream Studios, I feel like you've changed my life in some way. I can't get over how fascinating and interesting this whole story is. I love it.
Whee! Cabbage!
And we're here. We're back to the title screen. Let's look at our extras real quick. We're still missing a recipe. Oh, that's the only thing. That's the only thing we're missing. Oh, hey, honey. I love this logo. So cute. Doesn't this cabbage just look so inviting? We did it. We unlocked everything except the final recipe. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. All right. This definitely deserves at least one more video where I'm going to run through. I'm really curious to see what's going to happen if I max out Karen's relationship meter now. Hi, Mariah. Hi, babe. I'm like rolling in my chair right now. Okay. All right. I'm ending this episode here. We've got at least one more video of this amazing story. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!